What's up, Internet? This is First and 10. Well, excuse me. Thirst and 10. This is Marcus to my right, Trent to my left.
What's up?
We have beer in our hand, sports on our mind, and we are ready to fucking talk some sports.
More ready than ever.
We're always ready.
The most ready?
We're more than
The most readiest.
The most ready.
There's not a word.
That sounds like a Roman emperor.
For how
Most readiest.
It fucking does though. You're
Like
right.
gladiator right
He's
there.
absolutely correct. Most readiest.
So anyway, we're gonna talk about sports. There is some bad news in the world of sports today.
The worst of news. The saddest.
Franchises died today.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Like, they didn't, like, completely die.
We're gonna take. Can we take a moment of silence
A moment of silence.
for the Milwaukee Brewers today?
Can we chug to it?
We're gonna drink during our moment of silence.
To Ryan Braun.
Cheers.
And
To
the-
Milwaukee Brewers.
Brewers, yeah.
We're not really drinking to Ryan Braun, per se.
Sorry.
Just the Milwaukee Brewers,
Yeah.
because
They're fucked.
they're fucked.
We're fucked.
Bromant. I'll drink to that Bromant.
I think.
We all agree we're fucked.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To being fucked. Because I don't talk to women, so I gotta do it some other way.
It happens. But the worst, yeah, like you said, man, it's Ryan Braun, and, it's got to be tough for him. Like, whatever, fuck that. Anyways, for the Brewers, this is a team that's already having a shitty year. Everyone's saying they're going to be sellers. This year's done for them. And now, every Brewer fan sitting here like, well, this is 10 more years of shittiness.
Have you ever wondered if the phrase seller is like a pun on the other, like, C-E-L-L-A-R term? Like, is that like
That's
a
a good
pun?
idea.
I mean, like, they're sellers because they're in the cellar.
Yeah. I mean, that was good spelling, too.
Yeah,
He did
that was pretty
I
good.
actually got, like, top 5 in the 5th grade spelling bee.
Ooh,
I
big
lost.
speller.
I got lost in like the first round because my word was a lot.
I just remember some bitch
and I
misspelled
didn't put a
even.
space.
She spelled Evan. And everybody laughed at her. That stupid 5th grade bitch.
Anyways,
Stupid bitch.
back to Ryan Braun.
Anyway, Ryan Braun.
We're talking about sports, right?
Okay.
Not spelling bees. We're not
Okay,
nerds.
so Ryan Braun. He's guilty, apparently.
Yeah. That part's not what is surprising to me. I think we kind of all. I guess we knew it was coming, right?
We all did.
And I guess the thing that were most surprising is I knew it was coming, right? I thought he was guilty. I never want to admit it, right? So he gets suspended, and I think number one is that he gets suspended. Number two is he doesn't appeal.
He does not appeal.
He accepts it. He comes out and pretty much admits guilt when he says, "I've made some mistakes in my past."
I feel like he did that because he feel like there's no point on fighting this any longer, man. Like,
Is that why, or is it because he did it?
Okay,
no one knows truly except him.
so the MLB union
Tony
came out.
Roche.
MLB union comes out a couple days ago and says, if there's an unsurmountable amount of evidence against you, we're really going to try to get you to get a plea bargain. Ryan Braun's the first guy to, be suspended. And obviously there's like 20 other names on the list.
Yeah.
So, do you think he cut a plea bargain?
I think he had a plea bargain. His plea bargain was his deal. We had heard that, they're going to give him a 100-gamer, right?
Well, I heard
Because-
life suspension too.
Right, 100-game life suspension, anything in between, because your first violation is 50. They want to give you more for lying,
Mhm.
right? I feel like the 65-game suspension, which is what the rest of the season is a plea bargain in itself.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the Brewers weren't going anywhere this year.
No.
But he also has the rest of the season not only suspended, but without pay.
He doesn't need any more pay.
Yeah, that's
He-
true.
well,
He's
it's
going to
true.
be okay. I promise Ryan Braun's going to be okay.
He's got a super hot model for a wife. He can fuck her all the time he wants.
Shit, he can fuck whoever he wants.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
now
the
when she
rookie-
divorces him, and
Well,
she's
not
like, I want
anymore.
half, it's like $4 million less, and now she's pissed.
So,
So,
want to divorce him, right? I don't know.
I don't know, is that what happened to Tiger? He made too much? Or...
Tiger Tiger's a different story.
Tigers are totally. I feel like the question is, after this, since he's suspended, you know, on the off season, since his off season starts extremely early this year, is he going to take it, build it up, and use it to his advantage for next season and come back steroid free and destroy?
See, here's what he really needs to do is he needs to claim he got some new form of herpes and that he has more reason to take more steroids.
I think,
and then he can be just as good.
I think legitimately he needs to come clean and tell the truth.
He's kind of doing that.
Kind of, yeah. But even if he doesn't, I don't know. He needs to be like, okay, I did this, and I apologize. Because he was the guy who, for 2 years, like, vehemently fought this. He was like, no, I didn't do steroids. They're terrible. Like, I'm going to fight this and protect my image. And now we're like, okay, he did it. And he's like, okay, yeah, I did it. He needs to come back next year. He needs to be clean. He needs to be good. Not only because he needs it for his image, but the franchise needs it.
Well, he did that last year, though. Remember, he had 41 home runs last year after, you know, he supposedly failed the drug test. And you know that last year he was getting drug tested every other week at a minimum. Like, you know that MLB has had it out for him for 2 years. So, like, they were going to drug test him all the time. So, how much more can he do this year? Is he just going to be the perennial 280 hitter with 20 home runs guy? Or can he get back to the 40 home runs, 330 average guy?
I don't know. Because we don't know which one of those was clean, which one of those wasn't.
Like, do you think he was clean last year when he had 41 home runs?
I don't know. All I can say is this, as far as the years difference, is how skinny he came into the season this year.
He looked smaller, and he didn't recover from injuries.
As opposed to even this year, he didn't come from injuries. He didn't hit the ball out of the yard as much as he used to. If he comes back and can hit 300 with 25 home runs, I'll be happy.
Yeah, for sure. If anybody hits 300.
If he can hit above 250 in the Brewers lineup, like, oh my God, he's the best. Like,
well, it's not hard to be the best in the Brewers lineup.
Not at all.
I feel like he can do that next year. Like, I feel like the past season, yeah, he got 41 home runs or something like that. Yeah, part of it may have been steroids, possibly. We don't know. But I also think that maybe if this is true, maybe he was afraid because he thought the people in Milwaukee and Wisconsin were going to just toss him to the curb because he cheated.
No, the people in Milwaukee and Wisconsin,
stand behind you.
They will go to San Francisco for Barry Bonds. Really?
Right. We will stand by. Like, if he comes back next year and he says, I'm sorry I did it, I'm clean, and he plays good baseball again, we're going to stand behind him. The rest of the league is going to hate him. The rest of the fans are going to hate him. But Milwaukee Brewers fans will forever stand behind him.
Okay, so
right now we're butthurt. This is a tough moment for us. You know, he lied to us. We're disappointed. But I think in the end, I mean, it'll be okay in the end if he comes back.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys.
What's that?
Word on the streets right now is that Ryan Braun, he has herpes. I feel like that's the accepted reason for, that's like an accepted idea that he has herpes in Milwaukee.
I wouldn't doubt
so,
that.
I wouldn't, yeah.
So he has an incurable disease, but he has a treatable disease. And one of the ways that you treat herpes is that you take a form of steroids. So anyway, he could have been, like, if the Brewers and the MLB sign off, he can take this form of steroids, and it's assumed that, like, it won't enhance your, like, it won't make you a better player, it won't enhance your performance. So the idea is that he thought he was taking this. He thought he could get away with any type of steroid. So it's almost like he substituted in, you know, like an anabolic steroid for a medical steroid.
That may be true. I don't know, but no, I don't. The part about how he just subbed in a steroid, he's like, "We'll try something else." Who's your doctor?
Well, his doctor was some guy at a clinic. And then he went to Tony Bosch and was like, "Hey, I have a free pass.
Point, you don't have anybody
Give me your
who
best
says,
shit. I'm trying to."
You don't have anybody who says, "Hey, you know what? The MLB doesn't take this." You're an MV fucking P, and there's nobody there to say, "Hey, you know what? This one doesn't fly with the MLB."
Yeah,
no
I mean,
one's there to say that?
Well, is he going to Tony Bosch like, "Hey, I have a hall pass"?
You're not going to Tony Bosch with
give me your best
anything
shit.
legit at all.
I don't know, man. Like, well, Tony Bosch. I mean that
then
could be like a
again,
whole podcast in itself.
we
to go
don't
on
know.
the Tony
We don't know
Bosch,
what we haven't heard. All he said was, "Look, I made some mistakes and I apologize." We don't know what he did, what he tested positive for, and I mean that could tell what he did. You know what I mean? If he tests positive for like this and this, then it could tell what he was
He
doing.
tested positive for epitestosterone. Anyway, I think so Ryan Braun, I think we're all sick of talking about this.
It's a tough situation.
Johnny Manziel, he was at Peyton Manning's quarterback camp. He was a coach there, and allegedly he got drunk and didn't show up for a practice.
I think Johnny Manziel. We
Is
should
the
talk to
shit.
Johnny Manziel and his people
And
because
have
I
him
feel
on
like
the
he would be
podcast.
a Thurston 10 fan. This
Oh
man
man,
likes to party.
can we tweet him or something?
Let's do it.
Let's tweet this. Like, I'm not gonna be the guy who's like, "Hey man, you shouldn't have gotten drunk and not shown up for work."
I'm like the
next
guy
day."
that like most people like. I'll get drunk and I'll power through work the next day.
Right?
Like a Wisconsin person.
Right. we do what we have to do. But fuck it, dude. Johnny's 20. He's the Heisman winner. He's not even 20. He's 19, right? He's 19.
No, he was a redshirt freshman,
He's
or
a
was
redshirt.
Was
He's
he
19,
a
20.
redshirt?
I don't know
Well,
his birthday.
I might track like that later in the episode
Okay,
after we
maybe.
research it. But
Whatever.
I thought he was redshirt freshman.
All right. Okay. Anyways,
Trenton is going to the interwebs to find out.
Until
We're gonna
then,
look.
Until then, he's young. Okay, Well, fuck it. We'll put it there. He's young. He's the Heisman winner. He's the star quarterback. Why not party and fucking while you can? YOLO, Johnny Manziel.
Absolutely, but people are saying he's maybe a third-round draft pick. Like nobody's ever been like Johnny Manziel. He's gonna be the #1 pick in the draft in 2 years, and like people are always like he's like maybe a Russell Wilson type. He'll drop and maybe he can make it, but I don't know. Like, is this going to be the highlight of Johnny Manziel's career?
No,
college?
he's got still 2 years left. I think what he does on the football field is going to outshine this. I think, like Trenton said in the last cast, like when the media is just kind of looking for some shit to talk about, this is one of those cases. Like before Braun, last week, there was the All-Star game, not a lot of shit to talk about. Oh, Manziel left Manning Passing Academy. And like everyone rode that story into the ground. To me, it's not a big fucking deal. Okay, he left the camp. Should he have been doing whatever he was doing? There's reports that said he was out on Bourbon Street partying and getting drunk.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's what I would have done.
Right.
But, I don't know. It's about what he puts on the field. If he comes out and plays like shit, we're going to point at this. If he comes out and plays like he did last season, we're going to say, you know what? Do what you got to do, Johnny.
You know what? Some guys get a chip on their shoulder, too. Some guys are like, are you saying I'm going to be drunk for game day? You know what? I'm going to pull my dick out, and I'm going to fucking pass for 400 yards against you.
Right. I would love to see him come out and play with his D.
Do you like Johnny Manziel more or less? Trenton, more or less? Do you like him more or less?
After all these stories.
Because he
supposedly got
practice.
drunk and
because he got drunk and skipped practice.
Yeah, no. I mean, what? He's in the NFL. You can just say, yeah, I'm with the Broncos right now. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't.
He's not in the NFL yet.
He's gonna be, man. He's
Yeah,
gonna
like 2
be.
years.
He's still got a couple years, though.
What? He missed a practice because he got drunk. He's a young guy.
Right.
We get drunk. We're young. We're college.
Shit,
You
we're
expect
drunk
us to
right
come
now.
to game
This is the youngest I'll ever be for the rest of my life.
like sober? Fuck no.
No.
We're coming hammered, high.
Maybe game day, but
right, like
for
if you come in
practice,
game day,
you're talking about practice, not a game.
you're not even
Not
talking
a
about
game.
practice.
You're talking about passing academy.
You're talking about passing.
You're
academy.
talking about a meeting, not even practice. Allen Iverson's having a fit somewhere.
Allen Iverson is definitely having
He just
a fit.
shit. But honestly, I think I like him more now. Fuck it.
Do you like him more?
Do what you do. If he can still perform on the field, then who gives a shit what he does now?
Exactly.
I'm gonna say I like him
As
more.
long as he's not like out Aaron Hernandezing some shit.
You ain't gonna murder someone for a drug
Right.
deal.
Then fuck it. Then you know what? Do what you gotta do, Johnny. Go out and play ball.
Absolutely.
He's Johnny Football. He's not Johnny Perfect, man.
He ain't no Johnny Unitas.
Yard
That's
feet.
true.
Yard feet.
I think it's about time.
I think it's about time.
We're gonna take a break and take a leak. We'll be back Thursday and 10.
So it's come to my attention that apparently in the last week's podcast I made a bet that Ryan Braun would not be suspended. And little did I know that he was a punk bitch and just go out without swinging. So I guess later on in the podcast, I'll chug a beer.
Okay.
I'm feeling that. I'm so
you know
excited.
what, Jimmy? Jimmy, you did some things in your past, and you're starting to accept your mistakes, you know? You gotta pay for them. Some people pay with 65 game suspensions. Some people just chug beers.
Sometimes I feel like a winner in life.
You really, I think, honestly,
Sometimes I look at me and Ryan Braun and be like, one of us is the real winner. You didn't get to chug a beer.
Right.
Like, do you think if, like, the arbitrator, like, would have walked in and been like, if you can chug a beer, like, we'll forget all about
good.
this.
You're fine.
Under a certain amount of time, of course.
He'd have
6 seconds.
But he'd have to. He's a Milwaukee
He
player.
chugs
Oh
beer
my God.
on a daily basis, man.
I'm sure right now.
Do you think if, like, he couldn't chug a beer, we would trade him to St. Louis?
Fuck St. Louis.
Budweiser's
Fuck the
gay.
Cardinals, man.
Fuck
Right.
the Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't winning the division. The Pirates are, man. That's all I gotta say.
This man also has a quadruple shot running on.
Right,
Pirates better win. Game and a half back.
He's
It's okay,
writing a
it's
letter to Clint Hurdle and Andrew McCutcheon.
Don't worry.
Y'all better do this.
At the last 2.5 months, that's when it really comes down, and
That's what it is.
they'll come back and they'll take their division, and you guys will both take quadruple shots.
Oh,
We will happily.
that's a guarantee.
I don't
is it
think
a
it's
four
gonna-
horsemen? I think it should be a four horsemen.
A Four Horsemen.
Four horsemen?
Is that fair?
The Four Horsemen is agreed upon.
Agreed upon.
Agreed upon.
I like those hot. Those nice.
That was-
You're hot.
That
You're nice.
Soprano.
That was pretty good.
Anyways, we have more shit to talk about, kind of.
For real, though.
Soccer?
Are we talking about soccer?
Soccer, because people like that.
We can do that.
People in this country love soccer.
About 12 of them. Anyways, just.
Well, FIFA outsold Madden, I believe, this year.
That's because FIFA's a great game.
It's
FIFA-
so good.
Let's not bullshit FIFA.
Don't
So-
worry.
You kill a beer at halftime,
You kill a beer at halftime. You smoke a bowl before the game starts.
and you're great.
Okay,
Best game you'll ever play.
You're a guy.
marijuana is like steroids in FIFA.
It really is.
They
Ryan
should really
Braun,
be banned.
It's I'm like the Ryan Braun of FIFA.
What if you had to take like a blood test before you played FIFA?
You
You're like,
would-
oh no.
I would
you
never
just-
be able to play FIFA.
No one would ever.
Nobody would
FIFA
ever play FIFA
ever again. But soccer, though, like
Bro,
real
man,
life
ever
soccer,
again.
and ever again. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, yeah.
real life
Soccer.
soccer,
The best team ever.
America,
The U.S. men's national team.
USA.
USA. Yeah.
Boom.
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America. America. My home, sweet
Anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah. let's
No,
go
we're
on.
not drunkenly singing God Bless America.
The only way
USA
to
all the
sing
way.
God bless America.
It
We
really
own the
is.
world.
And the
'Cause
Gold
of-
Cup, possibly.
The Gold Cup.
USA's got it in the bag. Guaranteed. Play Mexico. Beat them 3-1.
What are you willing to bet on that?
I
Oh, wait. Did
Wait,
you call
wait.
the score too?
You know what? I'm gonna put
Did
a
you
new,
say 3-1?
I'm gonna put a new phrase here for Thurston 10. When we make a bet, put your liquor where your mouth is.
Is
Because
that like a
that's how we
beaver
do it.
joke or?
Lick her where your mouth. See? Look, double on time. Like a motherfucker. Put your booze where your mouth is.
I don't talk to girls, man.
what? What are you gay, man? You
Am I gay?
Anyways,
just kidding.
Well, I mean, like I'll text girls, but like with my mouth.
like real life, I just avoid them.
At that point, I just like stare at my feet, pretend to be texting somebody.
I think they have to win the Gold Cup. Otherwise, it's a disappointment.
I would agree with that. However, the coach from Mexico has been told if he does not win the Gold Cup, he will be fired.
Then he's getting fired. Like
He's getting fired.
right now,
Okay.
I thought I'd never say this like in anything, but like the United States of America is the best in soccer at something. It's the Gold Cup. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
CONCACAF bitches.
That's right.
that real shit.
They have to win the Gold Cup. I think otherwise it's for real a disappointment.
They'll win it, man. I'll bet my life. I will let
Oh my
someone
God.
shoot me in the head
You're
if
going
America
to-
does not win. I will
no.
chug a whole
Come on,
bottle.
man.
I'll chug a whole bottle if America does
Okay.
not win.
No one's shooting
The Gold
him in
Cup.
the
Okay,
head.
time
Oh
out.
my god.
Somebody from Brazil is gonna listen to this podcast.
They don't know where I live.
They don't
Oh.
use guns. They'll 2x4 you to death.
At some point, it doesn't
The
matter.
point
They'll be
is,
like, "I'm from
America's
Brazil."
going to win the Gold Cup. They will be in the finals, and they're going to win, guaranteed.
I hope
Landon
you're
Donovan's
safe.
probably going to get one assist minimum,
Just
and
on.
max.
At least a minimum max. Wow.
He's getting one
A
assist.
minute and a max. 1 assist.
Okay, so
That's not
how
hard to believe. He's a playmaker on the club.
far do you think America can realistically make it in the World Cup?
Realistically,
Wow.
I'd like to see. I think it all kind of depends on what group.
Yeah,
we're
I mean, if
playing.
they get put in like a group of like
The group
Germany,
of death, and
Portugal,
it's like-
and Italy, then yeah, we're probably not gonna advance.
we're not gonna make it.
But assuming we could put in like an average group,
Right.
I would be very disappointed if we don't make it out.
We'll make it. I think we will make it out of our group.
I
Guaranteed.
think we're kind of getting spoiled by seeing us play in the Gold Cup because it's like, hey, look, we're actually
Hey,
good.
we're just beating people 5-1.
we're beating teams that aren't really that great. So by the time we get to the World Cup, there's better teams in the World Cup than fucking Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Spain,
Belize.
Costa Rica would probably be like 1-0 Spain on like a stoppage time goal, I'm pretty sure.
No, in like the first 3 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I think they can make it out of the group. Maybe a
Yeah.
short run. I honestly, it kind of all depends on the draw.
Right, like
The
if we
strong
get
teams, you'll say like Spain and Germany and those teams, they'll make it out. They'll make a run. It really doesn't matter who they're playing.
for sure.
They'll probably make it to the final. You know, those are teams you're going to get the big chances to. But the U.S., I think it absolutely depends on who they're playing.
It does,
And
like
who they can match
if
up.
we get put in a group with like last
It's a
year
good club.
or 3 years ago, you know, we'll make a run. I think we're better than we
It's
were.
like Cameron. We are better than we were, but we're not quite.
We're not
world
finals
class.
material. I don't think we're finals
No,
material.
we're definitely not
No.
gonna be finals.
I mean, if we do,
we will
um,
burn couches and tap kegs.
and that's a promise,
I swear to God, I
I'll
will
burn-
burn this couch I'm sitting on right now
and tap 100 kegs,
I'm
and
not paying
talk
for
to a
that.
girl,
Not paying
but just
for that.
one.
just one.
Just
And
one
you.
girl. Just one girl.
You, the special one listening, you know who you are.
Yeah, you know.
Jimmy's gonna talk to you.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
you just
Amy.
got it.
Get ready for that.
Amy, Becky, whoever the hell you are, Jimmy's gonna talk to you. Guaranteed.
I will talk a little bit of you off
That's right.
with my tongue.
That's the key.
So anyway, let's go to a sport that Americans actually care about.
Baseball? Football? Basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball. Third time's a charm. Basketball.
Is that like a pun on this is our third podcast or
Maybe. Double entendres, bitch!
Maybe
triple entendres?
maybe we should see how teams are going to do in their divisions. Maybe is the Heat going to the finals?
Probably.
How far are they going to go? Are the Nets going to be a good team? Are
Okay,
they going to be as
Trent,
good as they
can
say
I
they
stop
are?
you right there?
Oh, you can't stop me here.
Because let's be honest, the
Yeah.
Bucks are going to the finals.
He wasn't serious. Otherwise,
It's not the
he,
seven.
honestly, he would be shot clocked to death if he was serious.
Just kill the Everclear.
Jimmy would no longer be on the show.
Just kill the cyanide.
It's not the 70s anymore, Jimmy. It's not the 70s
It's not.
anymore.
Kareem's not walking through
Unfortunately-
that door.
Kareem went to a team where he won more rings than the
Kareem
Bucks
and-
will ever win in their
Kareem
whole
and the Big
life.
O are not about to walk through that door.
That'd be good because they're on. crutches
Okay, so
and
who's the
walkers.
next best team to challenge the Heat in the East?
In the East.
In the East.
Bucks.
They say the Nets.
Shut the fuck up, man.
They say the Nets, but I kind of question them a little bit
Question it. I
because
question that.
you know they take a team and they put great players on there. But the question is, do they have chemistry? Can they play together?
They're old as shit.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna
Yeah.
depend on the second half of the season, really. Just like baseball or football.
Absolutely. Or
you know.
sports.
Any sport in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy, what do you think? Is there a team that can challenge the Heat in the East?
Okay, so if the Heat play anybody in a series, 9 times out of 10 they're going to beat them.
Right.
However, if Chris Bosh gets traded, which I've heard rumors of, I don't know how likely it is.
Doubt it.
Dwayne Wade, his style of play doesn't hold up very well. You know, he wants to get to the rim. That's all he wants to do. He wants to slash. He has bad knees. He has bad legs. I don't know how well that holds up. And everybody that's ever played a long time, like Ray Allen, it's because they had a great shot.
Right.
Dwayne Wade, like, you're begging Dwayne Wade to shoot on you. Every time he touches the ball, you're just like, shoot on me. So, like LeBron James, at this point in his career, can probably win a championship on his own. You can probably do it with him, Norris Cole, and the Birdman, unfortunately.
I don't know. I still think, honestly, I'm going to argue that real quick. I don't want to get anybody all pissy. But they won the championship. They wouldn't have won it if Ray Allen didn't hit that shot. LeBron wasn't about to jump out and hit that crazy shot.
No.
Right in Game 6. So he still needs help. Ray Allen happens to be a future Hall of Famer, one of the best three-point shooters of all time.
Yep.
Probably the best.
So he still needs help, right?
But he got beat
him or
against the Spurs. They killed him in 3
I would take him
That was a long
already.
time ago. But I don't know. I think if one team... I don't know. Is there a team in the East that can... I'm going to say maybe the Pacers. They were
Maybe
there
the
once.
Pacers.
Oh, the Pacers.
If they can get a healthy Danny Granger...
D-Range.
I mean, that's like it's a major if. But they've been there once. I think they can improve.
Yeah, but that's it. They're healthy. They got to get to the playoffs. And not only do they have to stay healthy through the whole season, but they have to stay healthy through the whole playoffs.
Yeah, big concern for sure. Because what they ran out of at the end was scoring. They shut down Hill and David West and they didn't really have another option after that. Paul George tried his best and then it just wasn't enough.
I can guarantee you right now, I will bet 2 bottles right now that the Heat will go to the East Finals, but will lose.
So do you know who, or do you just saying they're going to lose?
I do not know who, but I know they will not make it to the championship next year.
That's a very solid bet to make, though, because like I said, Dwayne, bad knees, can't get to the basket. Chris Bosh, is he there? Nobody knows. I mean, you can't.
I feel like the safer bet is on the Heat.
It's a safer bet, and you can play LeBron at any of the 5 positions, but you can't play him at all 5 positions.
Mm-hmm. True.
That was like a 3 Musketeers reference. One for
the question is, Jimmy.
All for one.
Yep.
And candy bars and shit.
The question is, Jimmy, do you think the Heat will go to the championship game?
Here. You know what?
Because that's
we only have a little time left, and we'll end it with a bold prediction, just like we did for our last bet. Quadruple shot on whoever's wrong.
True story.
Yes or no? The Heat win next year.
No.
Do they win everything or the Eastern Conference?
Finals.
Finals?
The finals, not the Eastern Conference. The NBA Finals. Trent says no.
Hell no.
Jimmy says
no.
I say.
He's questioning
fuck.
it.
I don't know.
He doesn't even know, but you gotta pick an answer.
Bro. Wow.
You gotta pick real quick.
Yes.
Oh,
okay, Matt
decision.
Vogel.
Yes.
He ain't no Michael Jordan.
Honestly, I would happily take a 4 horsemen. I would happily take 4 of them.
Oh, okay. Are you doing
you know
6?
what? Hey,
you took the 4
You
horsemen.
know what? I think we're out of time. I'm Marcus. That's Jimmy. That's Trenton.
What's up?
This was Thurston 10. Chug your beers.
Kill your beer. Kill your beer final.
And we outie, bitch!